the first approach is the most prevalent, right? This unfocused, like, I kind of know what I want to do, and I'm just going to get out there and start having conversations, and I'm just going to double down on this idea as it is right now. And I'm not really taking a lot of time up front to think through some strategies, think through some different approaches. So, why is this a problem? First of all, you're rushing through the process. That's understandable, especially when we're starting out. We want to get this thing off the ground as quickly as possible for a lot of reasons. We have financial reasons to do it, but we're also excited, right? If you're launching a coaching or training or consulting business, you've probably been thinking about it for a long time. Maybe not the specific strategies and thinking through all the different ways of iterations and different approaches, but you've been thinking about wanting to launch your own business, right? So there's this natural energy that's behind it and this inclination to kind of rush through the process, right? The other reason this is very prevalent where people just start jumping into action mode and tactics is it's a little overwhelming, right? There's so many options to consider. There's so many marketing strategies out there and tactics and ways you should do it and best practices. And it's confusing. You're like, well, what do I do, right? I don't know which is the right way to do it. And a lot of the advice you see is contradictory, right? One person on LinkedIn is saying that cold calling is the only way to get through the clients, right? And the other person is saying cold calling is dead and the only way to do it is through social media like LinkedIn. So there's so many opinions out there, so many best practices, quote unquote best practices, that it's just too much. So we don't want to get overwhelmed with too many options. So we just kind of ignore all of it. And we just go with our gut, which is fine. But if we're going with our gut, just ignoring all the options, we're doing it based on a pretty limited slice of the possibilities,